Well, we're finally back on trail.
Yep, took a little while, had a long drive, and y'all probably saw all that. And we just got our shuttle driver, and Nathan was great. And if you ever need a shuttle, I'd recommend him. He's very nice, very knowledgeable. And so yeah, here we are standing at the Green Corner Road crossing, and we're about to head off to
Snowbird Peak, yeah.
So
a 4-mile climb to Snowbird Peak.
And our total for today is going to be an easy conservative 7. We're going to see how we feel, and we're going to set up camp at Ground Creek Shelter. So off we go. And there's Raylene off and running. She waits on nobody, not even her husband. It just goes straight uphill. So we're going to take it easy, take our time. It is so surreal to be on trail. We've worked so hard over the last 3 months trying to get to this point. Power line view. Might get a lot of video on the climb to Snowbird Mountain, since gotta take several breaks to catch your breath. When you haven't hiked in a long time, this can be quite a challenge. As we're hiking up another one of these ridges areas, we look across and we get a view of Mount Cameron way in the distance. Well, that was an adventure. Took my pack off after a mile to shed some layers because we're hiking uphill, it got hot. And my water bottle fell out of my thing and rolled all the way halfway down this hill. Look at this thing. Had to go down there and get it. After only 1 mile. Anyway, let's go. Where's my trekking poles? Here we go. Extra climbing, is it fun? You like my potato chip bag?
Yep, looking forward to those later.
Gotta have some potato chips, so got its own little sack back here. About 1.5 miles so far. It's proving to be a little challenging. Temperatures are supposed to be in the mid-70s, and we're feeling it. On we go.
Found a nice little babbling brook for our resting spot.
Yeah, it's nice and cool down in here.
Really pretty.
A nice little flat area here after, let's see, we're about 2.92, almost 3 miles into our hike. And got a little bit of a cool breeze, so things aren't doing too bad. How you feeling, Rae?
I'm feeling good. Excited to be out here.
Well, we've hit the 4 mile mark, and it's kind of a nice little cushy trail, but we're still going uphill. So looks like we got about another, I don't know, half mile till we get to the top. So we're getting close to the top of Snowbird Peak, and notice there's like a power lines over in this area. So I walked over to where the power lines were, and I see the access road up to Snowbird Peak. And over there you can see the top of it. But we can't walk up that. Got to go over there where Rae is and hike the right trail. Well, as we approach the top of Snowbird Peak, after about 2.5 hours of climbing uphill, about 4.5 miles, Bird got in the picture. We are getting to the iconic AT symbol. Woohoo! So it's not an official Blue Blaze, but this is a little bit off trail to get to the top of Snowbird Peak. And maybe we'll get some views up here. So I'm pretty sure that this is for communicating with UFOs. If anybody disagrees with that, please let me know what you think it's for. I mean, they call it air traffic control, but you know, loss of life, maybe that's UFOs. Well, if we're gonna climb all the way for 4.5 miles, we might as well get some views out of it. Wow. Top of Snowbird Peak on a beautiful day.
That's where we came from. This is a little bit off trail. That communications tower at the top of Snowbird Peak. And then the trail continues.
Well, got done at Snowbird Peak and got back on trail, and time to head back down. And next stop, at least permanent stop, is going to be Ground Creek Shelter, which is our destination for the night. So about 100 yards from Snowbird Peak, got some nice little views. We're right around 6.25 miles, and we are still on our descent from Snowbird Peak, and probably got about another mile or so before we get to the shelter that we plan on stopping and eating and maybe spending the night. We haven't decided yet. So just making our way down this mountainside, as long as I don't trip over rocks as I'm videoing. Max patch, 6.6. So we're here at Groundhog Creek Shelter, and they have a bear box, but yet we come up to the campfire outside the shelter and we see this. Food, there's oatmeal packets, trash, somebody's bear bag that is cut. Maybe they abandoned it. I don't know what happened, but look at all this trash they left. And then over here on the picnic table, there's oatmeal. So we were originally going to stay here for the night, but I think with all this extra here, I think these bears are going to learn that this is not a good area for people not leaving a trace. So here's a shelter. They did have a bear box, brand new over there. So I'm not sure what happened in this situation, but don't be these people. do better. Well, I packed in a bag of chips, and look, they're not even in crumbles. Well, we got to Groundhog Creek shelter, and we went down there. We ate lunch or dinner. We're not sure which one it was. We ate late, around 2 o'clock. We're heading out at 3 o'clock. We were going to spend the night at Groundhog Creek shelter, but with all that trash down there and the fire area, and it just seemed like there was just probably bear activity down there. We didn't feel real good about it, and so we decided we're going to go ahead and start hiking a little bit more. Our goal is to get to Brown Spring Gap. It's about 2.9 miles, and we're going to go ahead and try to do that this evening. We want to do it in the morning. That'll kind of cut down a little bit about what we're going to do tomorrow. It is about 2 more miles of climbing, and we're not necessarily looking forward to that entirely, but you're going to be doing it anyway. It's going to be this afternoon or in the morning. We chose this afternoon, so we're heading out. Well, we made it.
Yep.
We set out to do
7 miles.
7 miles to
7.2.
Groundhog Creek shelter, and we got there and it was a disaster. There was food everywhere, bags ripped into. Looked kind of sketchy, honestly. So we decided to take off. So we hiked another 2 miles, I think, and we found a stealth site here, nice and flat. Looks like it used to be an old roadway. Found a place for a bear hang that took me about 20 or 30 minutes. It's not easy to find limbs that are just right.
Hard to find. Hard to do.
But we did get plenty of water at the shelter, and so we're good with that. So we got our tent all set up, and we're gonna call it an early night. This is kind of like our, we got back on trail. We finished the Smokies. We had to leave trail. We went back to our hometown in Florida, and was getting our house ready to sell. And so we had to take a little bit of a time off to get that taken care of. We finally got it taken care of, and we got back to trail. So it kind of feels good to be back on trail.
Yeah, finally back on trail. So because we were selling the house, we had to sell my treadmill that I was doing my incline training on.
Yep.
So it's been about 3 weeks since I've been doing incline training, and I felt it today. I know it'll come back, but that was a little discouraging, but I'm excited about being back on trail, and we had a really good day today.
Yeah, and so our plan tomorrow was to hike 13 miles, but we've already knocked out 2 of that. So, we may only do about 11 miles, or maybe we'll go about another 13 and get a little bit closer to Hot Springs. Our goal was to take 3 days to get into Hot Springs anyway, because we already have a reservation with Elmer's Sunnydale Inn. And, so we were going to take 3 days getting in there anyway, so it doesn't really matter, where we stop, where we start, just kind of how we feel. And right now we feel like we went uphill about 7 miles out of 9.
It was a lot of uphill today. Less uphill tomorrow. We have max patch tomorrow. So.
And my goodness, you cannot know what the temperatures are going to be like in March. But today I checked my thermometer on my backpack, and it says 79.5 at the shelter and climbing. And it felt like it. It was definitely warm today. I think if it was 40 or 50 degrees, we would have felt a lot better on those climbs. And, we're trying to get used to the pack weights. Raylene had weighing in about 15 pounds. Mine weighed in about 26 pounds with the food before we started on trail. Then I loaded myself down with 3 liters of water, so that adds about another 6.5 pounds. And when you're not used to that in the recent times, you end up feeling
shoulders are sore.
Yeah, my shoulders are a little bit sore. My legs are fine. Everything else is fine, but just that extra little weight. I tried to cinch it up on my waist Couldn't quite get it just right, but yeah, we're feeling a little bit. So, you know, we're they call this hiker midnight, but it's not even dark yet. We're hoping it'll get dark soon so we go to sleep, because we are definitely gonna feel it in the morning, I think, and then we'll start finishing up some more climbing. And then tomorrow is
Max Patch.
and we're
excited
really
about
looking forward
that.
to that.
Yeah.
That's kind of been on our bucket list for a while since we started hiking. So, well, that's it for tonight.